Young, where would I live?
We're live. Hi guys, watching this on the replay. I'm going to just go pin the comment, and then I'll be back in less than 30 seconds.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Do 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 do. Play some music while we wait. I know we said we wouldn't be back until Monday, but surprise! Here we are. Surprise! We came back early. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi everyone. Hi Nancy. Happy
Hello, Nancy.
Saturday.
How are you this day, Nancy? I don't think we pulled for Nancy
Of
yesterday.
course, we decided to come back up in here on a Saturday.
Let's pull for Nancy. I don't think we pulled for Nancy
We love
yesterday.
this work. Even just before this live, me and Jessica were having a conversation about our flow and where we are and the excitement and the joy, the gift. Hi, Dark Fairy, Chanel. Feel free to say hello.
Hello, hello.
Don't be shy. Hi, everyone. We're going to get into some readings today. We're holding a space, a divine space, as we always do, of awareness, of self-empowerment, of everyone's individual I am frequency. You are safe to just be here. Channeled intuitive messages to those we're drawn to or those who donate.
If you donate, you jump the list, you go first.
I invite you all to be present, receive. Even if it's not a reading directed at you, there are going to be messages that are thrown out there, and you are drawn here to receive more than just the message that's directed at you. So be open to that. Be open to receiving that. If it resonates, it resonates. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us, those that are in God's love and light. Thank you for all that you have done and do and continue to do for us. You make us strong. You challenge us. You show us the God within us. You inspire us. You motivate us. You protect us. You heal us. You bring us together. Thank you. Thank you to the Most High for all that you do. Please protect us from any distorting energies and or intentions. Archangel Michael, please escort these energies to a place of evolution or dissolution now. Please calm the distorted patterns, thoughts, polarities within us by surrounding us in your white flame or white fire. We give you thanks, and we only wish to receive messages from the heavenly realms. Thank you, Sophia Dragon Tribe. With that we say, Amen.
Amen, amen, amen.
Hi, Wandy.
Okay, so our first lucky person today is
I can't hear you.
Oh, why?
Hold on, let me maybe I'm gonna restart. Maybe it's me.
Can you hear me? Hello? Wendy can hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There you go.
Hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I can hear me. I feel like we're a freaking Verizon commercial.
Can you hear me
Can
now?
you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, so Nancy. Nancy is the first one for us today. She was first in the room. Thank you, Nancy. So, Nancy, I pulled for you this beautiful lepidolite. I love this stone. Lepidolite spirit appears to tell you to slow down and simplify. For you have been turning your attention and your energy too far, too many different things, distracting yourself from the wisdom available to you. If you feel lost and overwhelmed, it's no wonder. Fortunately, Lepidolite spirit is here to focus you. Think about how satisfying it is to do one task from beginning to end with mindfulness, free of all the noise that distracts you and keeps you from feeling a sense of completion. There is always more to do, but life becomes more manageable when you recognize that refocusing over and over again will only exhaust you and slow you down. Remain present, doing just one thing, and your courage, conviction, and confidence will return. Take on one task at a time, then it will be easier to hear the quiet voice of your intention and intuition, which will guide you in prioritizing. What needs to get done will get done, and your life will become more manageable if you follow the crystal's lead. Personally, I love lepidolite. Lepidolite is one of my absolute favorites. I have this beautiful spear of lepidolite. This is raw form. Can't really see it all that yummy. But I swear, when I'm really overwhelmed energetically with things, or just have a lot of energy going on around me, when I center and refocus with this frequency of the lepidolite, it is so calming. I have beautiful necklaces that I make out of it. I really personally love lepidolite. So,
Yeah.
Nancy, take a deep breath in. You got this.
Yeah, if there were ever a time for you to really source the strength that you have built and learned, right? And truly, the strength card is coming up. And, Jess and I have been talking about this energy that we all feel many of us feel in the spiritual community, of that this shift, these opportunities, right? The harvest that is presenting itself. And for you, you've already earned this level of strength. And when I say strength, it's a level of resolve within yourself. Think solar plexus chakra, anything that's connected to that, your inner worth, your power, your motivation, right? Your ability to pull everything together, because you have all the keys, you have everything. You just got to kind of pull it together. And there's a lot happening right now that's preventing you from that process, which is why Jessica, I believe, pulled that card and channeled that message. So I would recommend for you, um, if it feels resonant with you, that you source out information on the solar plexus chakra, you feel into your own, you ask questions into it now. That's super important because you have everything. Everything is there. The pieces of the puzzle are all in front of you. You just kind of have to put them together, right? That's kind of what I'm getting for you. God bless you.
Thank you, Nancy, for letting us connect to you and read for you.
Hi,
Next,
Lynn.
we have Dark Fairy Tarot.
If you guys are wanting a more in-depth reading or you're wanting to skip the line, feel free to donate. Okay, please don't send stars, as Facebook, it makes it very difficult to retrieve them. Hi, Sumi. Hi, Lynn. I don't recognize you. If you're new, welcome.
All right. Dark Fairy Tarot. You have Sodalite, number 52. A state of conscious awareness is the key to clearing communicating. No, a state of conscious awareness is the key to clearly communicating your intentions to the conscious universe. The message of this crystal is to be fully awake as you make choices, large and small, that will influence your well being. It's when we fall asleep to our spiritual nature and connection with the universal consciousness that old habits return and dun, 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 we forget to commit to personal transformation. Sodalite Spirit has appeared to help you wake up and notice whether you are becoming complacent and not following through as you promised yourself you would. Now is the time to reconnect with conscious universe so Sodalite Spirit can magnify your awareness, helping you recognize whether your conscious and subconscious intentions are in sync. So, that you do not get in your own way as you co create what you desire. So, in this time, be very mindful of what your thoughts are, right? Think it once, analyze it, think it more than once. You're starting to manifest that frequency into creation. So, just be aware of what you're thinking more than once.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me connect. Your turn.
Chanel, it's interesting. What I'm getting for you is that you're finally stabilizing this heart centered, um, I want to say, receiving of your life, right? It's almost like you've been at odds with yourself this whole time of where it was that you were heading or what it was that was possible for you. It's like you were at this, when we talk about the lack of integration in different parts of ourselves are pushing us and pulling us in different directions, right? We're not aligned. For you, there's finally an alignment. There's a magician moment where you finally like, yes, but the issue here too is like you're still healing through this, and therefore there are some weak points that you um are being, they're highlighting for you to work on and for you to be aware of, and that is your desire to be received and to be seen, and other people are understanding this. I have to say this because it feels like the more that you stabilize this frequency, the more you're going to be challenged or tested when it comes to people in your life finally coming around and giving you a little juice of what you always wanted. Jessica, do
When
you
it
want to say something?
when it comes to you staying in your ease, right? Where you're realizing that you're giving other people the allowance to be who they be without needing to fix them, without
Yeah.
needing to allow your energy to get entangled with them. You stay in this new frequency of just really being you. You stay in allowance of you and who you be. And when you stay in that frequency, you notice everything around you starts frequency matching to their infinite be.
Yeah. When we source our value, see that there's a lot of different ways in which we can lose our spotlight or get thrown off our I am presence. A lot of us have different channels and weaknesses and ways that we get knocked off, but it's okay because we come right back. But the thing here is like when we're constantly holding space for someone else to come in and feed you um a pie of worth, like like you, we need you, you're important to us, can you do this for me, it would mean a lot for me, right? There's a tendency for it to invite in, what is it, Jessica calls it, and she calls it auto reprogramming. So this auto reprogram install is being brought back in because you continue, you're stabilizing, and then you keep looking over your shoulder to see if anybody's is following you or is following your footsteps. And if they're not, you're kind of like stopping around, looking around, like, hey, there should be someone here, and a lot of it has to do with codependence.
I see I see you like trying to like pull a horse to water. Like I see like a rope, like trying to pull it and you can't. Like you
Can't push
can't.
rope.
So thank you very much for letting us connect to you. Stay in your I am frequency. And again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Ashley, 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 you're next.
I'm feeling drawn to Lynn.
Lynn.
Yes, Lynn.
Okay, I'm gonna do Ashley real quick because I got
Okay.
her already out, and then I'll let you move on.
You're so welcome, Chanel.
All right, Ashley, you have Orange Castlelight. Ooh, look at that. I love these cards. The creative force of the conscious universe flows through you, and this is a fertile time for you as you feel your connection to the source of all inventiveness. Right now, your ability to channel creativity and birth something new is exceptional. Orange Calcite Spirit message is to fully inhabit the role of artist and co creator, for you are the creative type. Right now, being playful as you exercise your imagination will help you recognize what you want to co create and how you might take action towards fulfilling your deepest desires. As you begin to craft something new, you will feel inspired and filled with optimism because the conscious universe is actually coming through you to express itself. You are both the created and the co creator, an expression of the conscious universe and one who expresses its creativity. Fulfillment, purpose, and joy are the gifts you will receive when you become a clear channel for the artistry of the conscious universe. Begin to heal the wound of the past created when you were told no, or when you said no to your potential. Say yes to yourself today, for your creative soul is urging you to let it express itself. Start by drawing, painting, dancing, singing. Actually, use any art form that puts you in touch with your awesome inner artist, for it will help you remember how powerful of a co creator you are. And I agree, like when I get into a rut of things, I really like it's not even a rut, like it's like to
I don't
really
wanna.
feel well, it's not even that. To me, like for me to like really turn on the faucet of I am frequency, it's when I'm in creation mode. Like I was thinking like, oh, I want to create some necklaces. But like it's kind of hard for me to create for like the future person
Yeah,
if I don't know who the person is. So
right.
like when I have an idea of who the person is, then everything speaks to me. I can feel that frequency. And
Yeah.
when I'm like just kind of like grabbing whatever frequency the universe is like come to me to create, I can kind of get lost in that. So when I'm just in my free form too, like with painting, I sit in the frequency or because I do a lot of my Reiki painting. So I really sit in the frequency that I'm desiring to create, and then I just start creating and let that flow.
What I'm hearing for that is safety, right? Sometimes we just lose the feeling
Security.
of safety and security enough to just feel creative and to allow ourselves to be free,
Yeah.
right? And it's that safety. So, even for some reason, I'm hearing this for you, Ashley, just reminding yourself that you're in a safe space, you're protected. Everyone. You can say this to yourself throughout the day. Saying things to yourself out loud really does do something to the consciousness to your consciousness.
And honestly, being here, coming to our lives with us is opening an hour of your day, right? Of safety. You're
Yeah.
safe in here. We're not going to let anyone come in here and do any wonkiness. Like,
Hmm.
no, I don't think so. We
And you can
have
be.
this
It doesn't matter what
secure.
you're going through. It doesn't matter if you've
Yeah.
been working through the same thing for however many weeks or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we
We
don't
un-
judge you.
we don't. Yeah.
Judge free zone. Completely judge free. We know, like, life, for one, we know we have no business judging anyone. And for two, life is just life, right? This is a place to be able to talk about life, open space, expand yourself out so you can really see the choices. Thank
Yeah.
you, Ashley, very much for letting us connect to you. We appreciate you. And,
And Lynn, are you here, darling? Are you here, Lynn?
oh, I was doing affirmations of good things are coming my way and I stopped. Well,
Right.
get back to it. If that was something that felt like it worked for you. Elise, happy Saturday.
So, Lynn, what I'm getting for you is right now feels like you're at a crossroads in your life, and I know that that sounds very ominous, but what I mean by that is that you truly do have so many options right now, and there's a lot of things being thrown at you at this time, and even decisions that are needing to be made in reference to like the trajectory of where you're going. And spirit is kind of telling you like take this time for peace, collect yourself, because intuitively you're going to be shown the way, but right now is not the time for you to allow the reaction energy of whatever you're in to kind of push you towards a path and then have the ego back it up. This message is coming through for you, but this message is so prevalent to everyone. Listen, sometimes it's okay to admit that in our not so balanced energy, we can sometimes make decisions about the future or plans, right? Or agree to things. And then when we're back in our balance, we're like, wait, like, what was I doing? Why did I do that? Why did I agree to that? But then the ego will come in and say, well, you already said you did it, and all these other people think you're doing it, and and this is what you told people, right? And spirit is saying there's something about you feeling like you have to keep yourself um dedicated to something, and they're saying like you even have the possibility to take it further, like maybe even invest for further education or whatever, when in reality in your spirit and your soul you're feeling like maybe not definitely not, just maybe not, right? Give yourself time to question into that, and space for you to see the rest of your options, because you do have other options.
And brings us to petrified wood, and it's number 43. The universe has its own ideas about when and how to bring your intention into form, but we can be impatient, forgetting that time allows the universal consciousness to get all the wheels turning so that what we wish to co-create can begin to manifest. The appearance of this crystal is a reminder to trust in the timing of the universe. Good things come to those who wait. Your message right now is to be open to divine order, for you can control the timetable or the form in which the universe expresses your intention. Focus on the process, putting one foot in front of the other as you work at your own growth and healing, and what you need will show up in perfect timing. Another thing, too, with you, be mindful of your thoughts. Think it once, analyze it. Is this thought actually helping? Is it building, or is it breaking you down? If it's breaking you down, and then ask questions into that, because truthfully, why are you breaking yourself down in your thoughts? Learn to see how you can rebuild yourself in a frequency rather than knocking yourself down. Thank you very much for letting us connect to you.
Thank you, Lynn. And for those of you guys that are wanting more in-depth or wanting a guaranteed message, feel free to donate. Let's see. Whatever you feel is right, by the way. And let's go ahead and see what Wandy has to.
At least his dog is being a little pain in
Dennis the
the
Menace. I was reading that. I was wondering how that was connected, but we appreciate that information. Of course, Lynn. Listen, this could be a relationship. This could be work. This could be anything. Just keep that in mind. Like whatever resonates with you. And if you're new here, just know tune your
and
intuition, your own reception. Your own reception is the most important thing. Your
yes.
own discernment is the most important thing. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. We can never know you more than you know yourself. We could only offer divine insights through our work.
We offer other options,
Yes.
choices, another perception, and that's all it is, another perception. Wandy. Wandy, how's Wandy doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, evening? It's 9 o'clock here, guys, this time. It's late. Wandy's cards are flying all out.
Yeah, for me too. She's doing some healing, a lot of healing, right?
I
You're
think she got
finally
this card last time, number
it's
8,
like
or Aurora Light.
you're finally allowing yourself to receive something, Wandy, energetically. Like, and what it feels like is like I deserve peace. I deserve bliss. I deserve to like feel good. Like, and if I want to, do it, there's something about you just being like
I
I
feel
am
like she
deserving.
took some self-time,
Yeah,
like complete self-care, self-time. Did you take some self-time today, Wandy?
some me time.
Some like spa, like did you get a pedicure or something? Did you take a nice spirit bath, do
Oh, she might
something
have taken a
beautiful?
spiritual bath because we were just talking about that.
Yeah. I have Orlight. To be mindful is to be aware of the now rather than distracted by the past or the future, and any thoughts of oughtas, shouldas, and might haves. Your quest for healing requires discovering what you are truly thinking and feeling when you're not distracting yourself. Aurora Light Spirit calls you to be mindful of your needs right now, for this may be a time to let tears flow or laughter arise, to recognize something so subtle that you previously missed, or to understand that you are so much more than what you can accomplish or produce. Be here in this moment, fully present and accepting of what is. Make the time to meditate today and simply observe what you know and feel without starting to talk yourself out of it and into something else. No matter how hard this moment may seem, simply by observing it, you will change it.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart alone. Hot dog. That's a big deal as a mom.
I really, I know yesterday was the day where we celebrated the wins, but I just feel, spirit, there's something about, it's funny how people's soul paths and awakenings unfold. And for you, it's been so beautiful to watch because it kind of feels like, and be witness to, because it kind of feels like it's so empowering because you get to this point and you're like, I want to turn over every stone. I want all the awareness. I don't want it to stop. I love this process. I'm hungry for it. I'm gonna become a student of this. And it's almost like everything that you have become up until that point, the way that your masculine has formed within you, and your ability to kind of be a student of life. You know what I mean? Has really contributed to this, and all of these things coming together, all of the beautifulness of who you are, the different aspects of your natural self, have allowed you to sort of really blossom very, not even about quickly, but blossom very potently. I feel at ease today. I was stressed earlier with the spouse, but now I'm good.
Did you give yourself some allowance and ease with them, the spouse? Did you give yourself some allowance and ease? Allowing them to be who they be and allowing you to be who you be and finding a co creation spot in the middle?
The idea of separation, scarcity, the idea that we do not have enough of what it is that we need on this planet, any notion outside of the abundance of who we are is survival. It's the old paradigm. Feel that, understand that your worries, your all this stuff with mental health that we're hearing, it's all symptoms of our spirits reacting to the survival frequency. And how blessed
And
is it
and
that,
and collective programs too, you know.
yeah, and how blessed is it that we all get to be here connected in times like this, on lives like this, and be able to acknowledge that there's something else being made available, and all of us are aligning to it in our own ways. We're all aligning to the new paradigm. We, Jess and I, just choose to be leaders in setting a space for this conversation. But you guys feel it in the small breezes, in the chills, in those moments that you're playing the radio in your car, and a certain song comes on, and all of a sudden, like, you just feel this expansive moment of like you're tuned into something bigger than yourself.
They want to say that we cleared out all the other chatter to be able to hear the calling that was actually meant for us.
Yeah.
We cleared out all the other frequencies that weren't for us, that were other people's just collective stuff. And once we were able to clear that and really get to our I am, then we're able to hear the callings that we're called to do. And then we get to choose if we're going to stand up for those callings or if we're going to let them calling go to another light worker.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And
And
and the calling is different for everyone. The calling doesn't necessarily mean you're doing what we're doing,
no,
right?
it just means that you get to hear what works for you. Right? So, like if you work in schools, right? So, your thing could be having allowance that these little guys come in from all different places. right? And staying in ease of who you be. So like while they're in your classroom, while they're in your universe, you offer security and all these wonderful things on an energetic frequency level that allows your environment to grow and
Yes.
succeed in best self frequency.
And when we talk about your environment, we're also talking about really your inner environment, right? Your
Yeah.
inner environment, and as within, so without. And that's kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about cultivating peace. Listen, everybody wants to chase the money. Everybody wants to chase the instant gratification, right? But when it comes to really developing a relationship with yourself to where you are training yourself to have pleasure in life and to appreciate and to have gratitude and to really feel fulfilled by the things that you're experiencing and the path that you're walking, you know what I mean? That is and it's not complicated. It's not this big thing. It's not this big mission that you're gonna fail at. You know, many of us have lived many lives in this soul group that have ended in so many different uh what we would consider traumatic ways. And this is the life where we get to be free. This is the life where we get to fly high. This is the life where we get to do it and really do it well and get to sort of soar and almost show off a little bit on all everything that we've learned throughout these lives, and especially in this one. This is such a marvelous and amazing effort that we are being invited into by just even being incarnated here and being connected to each other, magnetized to each other in this way, shows that we have the soul signature to be able to pull it off. And sometimes we can become desensitized to it. Sometimes the mental steps in, it doesn't allow us to receive the messages. And sometimes we chase our own tails a little bit, and that's okay too. But it doesn't change the truth of who you are, of the I am.
Truth. So, did you read Jessica?
A little off topic, but I understand what you mean by child coming on. Just found out I'm pregnant. Oh, wow. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations. I literally just got a flashback to your reading.
And the card I have for you is Lepidolite. Labradolite. Sorry, wrong one. My other favorite. As we go about our healing work, bringing love and light into the dark corners of our hearts and our lives, we can forget that alongside reason and logic is a very practical tool of magic. Do you think of magic that way? Or do you buy into the notion that the healing toolbox contains only what can be defined, tested, predicted, and controlled by humans and their current technology? Labradorite Spirit is here to tell you to believe in the mystery of how the conscious universe finds ways to support us in healing what is broken. For its ways are magical. You are being called to make a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality invisible to the senses that makes itself known through meaningful coincidences. Pay attention to synchronicities bearing messages from the conscious universe, which is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become frayed or broken. Listen to the part of you whispering that something small and seemingly insignificant has great importance, for it's speaking the truth of magical synchronicities. And I mean, what's more magical than being pregnant?
Yeah.
Seriously, you are, you know,
It's the
your womb
ultimate
is
form of creation.
well, your womb is a portal, and you're bringing in life into this beautiful
Yes.
portal of who you be as a female. The Ankh is the key to life, and it's a beautiful description of what a woman um, that word just went away, whatever it was going to be. Um, it's a beautiful time of co-creation because right now you're co-creating with I am right now. Because you're creating a little life, and
Yeah.
in that little life you can really stand into the empowerment of who you be. And I know that hormones like make it very confusing and tries to throw you off of who you be. So really breathe and, do what works for you and listen to your body because your body's going to be telling you what you need for this. And I'm complete. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, darling. So, um, Stacy asked a question to me earlier that I'm feeling drawn to answer.
Okay.
And that question, and to answer your question, Stacy, it feels like, sometimes I've noticed this in my journey and in those that come to me as clients sometimes, that the divine will kind of put a hold on what we think, like we're waiting around for something to happen, right? Whether it's the approval of this or something else coming in, or um, a new job or a move, right? Um, and it's almost like the divine is kind of waiting on you. And this happens because it's almost like you're at a standstill energetically, because there's certain realizations or things, like uncast checks that haven't been received, right? Like lessons, things that are meant to be absorbed, not meant to, that are being made available to you right now, that are meant to be received. And to be honest, I advise even just one day of unplugging from everything. You guys, when we watch stuff, when we watch TV, when we are listening to things, we're consuming the same way you consume when you eat food. So just sometimes, the feminine is over, she's received so much, and sometimes we just need to do a couple things. The masculine needs to kind of put everything together and understand it, right, to kind of put it into prospect and alignment. And sometimes, this goes for those of you guys that may have a dependence on receiving readings online, and going on YouTube and constantly feeling like you need to be validated, or Facebook, or constantly lifted up, right? um, where you're not able to, or you're not really necessarily doing this on your own, Stacy. So what I'm getting is there is a lot being made available to you for you to tap into now, but it's going to require you to kind of unplug. Yesterday, me and Jess were talking about the switchboard, right? And instead of cord cutting, going up and unplugging all of those, right? It's time for you to unplug from everybody around you. Tell everybody you're taking a me day, and just be with yourself, because there's so many distractions. And right now, you're in this beautiful, yummy, awakening energy where things start to really come into focus and you're able to really connect some dots. And it feels like a celebratory experience. And I have to tell you that that's available to you, and it is in your best interest of self pleasure and your awakening journey to explore that. I'm complete. You have a lot of cool things here. But in reference to your question, that's being, it's waiting for you to come into focus with that, for all of that to come into alignment. This is, a lot of things have been at a pause. Look at your life, like really look at things. It feels like everything has kind of been at a standstill because they're needing you to move out and expand past the stagnancy. And that is, it's not them doing it, it's your energy that's preventing things from moving on, because you're basically sending an indication to the universe, like, I am clinging on to things as they are now. This is how I want things to stay. You've already chosen this path of expansion, and sometimes when we walk it and we choose it, and then at some points we decide we don't want it anymore. We've already opened that box. And that doesn't mean that you don't have choices anymore. It just means that you have to honor the fact that this is a path that you've chosen. And in order for you to move forward in your life, period, this spiritual development, this deepening, this understanding is being asked of you, right? We can talk about it all day, but there's a need for you to really do the work, right? And take some time just to focus on you and know that you have the keys to do it, and you don't need anybody else to do it for you or to help you. You got this. It needs to be on your own, and this is something that is going to really move you forward in everything that you're wanting to come through, because it feels like you keep getting thrown back to this stasis. And I'm complete.
Thank you very much for letting us connect with you, Stacy.
And if you're
Sweet.
interested in an in-depth reading, the In the pinned comment of the description box are all of the donation links, and you're welcome to do that as well and donate whatever you feel.
Sumi, you have pink sapphire, number 44. Where's the face? Where's the face? Do you see the face?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
It's in the middle top. It looks like a skull.
Well, this is the first one I don't see the face, but Andy does. So hey now. Okay, so you see the face. Oh, I see it now. Oh, that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
scary.
No,
Yeah.
skulls represent transformation.
No, but he looks. Yeah. The other faces are a lot like angelic and pretty. This one's like
Yeah.
a whoa.
It's
Pirates of
intense.
the Caribbean
It's
kind of like
intense.
frequency there. Okay, so let's read what it has to say. Have you heard that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself? Pink Sapphire Spirit's message to you is not to concern yourself with the law of karma right now. For while your loving heart wants to see justice served for the good of all. In this moment, you are called to align yourself with the universal laws by choosing to heal yourself. It's time to start the process of forgiving those who did you harm. And that means deciding consciously that they will not determine your story of who you are
Yeah.
and what you have experienced. For you are a powerful storyteller and co creator, and you will tell a heroic tale of overcoming that which has caused you pain. Your willingness to engage in healing, to free yourself from the past and soothe your heart, is an awesome superpower. Pink Sapphire Spirit is here as a reminder that you can do the work, that walking through the forge of fire and letting go of the pain will remake you strong as steel going forward. You will persist, and as you embrace the wisdom you have earned, find the power to say never again.
Yes.
By making the choice to heal yourself and forgive yourself for not knowing better, positive things are to come, and you can rest assured that the conscious universe is your ally in this process of healing, acceptance, and forgiveness. Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, Sumi, there's something about you hold like you receiving all of these messages and affirmations and confirmations around the work that you've done and how well you've done. Um there's almost an expectation that you hold about how everything's going to play out for everyone else and also what their reactions are going to be to you about
I
all of it.
hear because as a victim, when we get in the victim frequency, we are like auto programmed to be involved in everybody else's stuff all the
Yep.
time. Because if we're distracted in their stuff, then we're not worrying about our own. Sorry.
Right. No, you're fine. It's exactly right. Because what you're doing is you're moving forward. And even though you're focused on your growth, you still occupy a piece of your mind, you know, in reference to other people and where they're gonna end up and where they're gonna stay stuck, or like there's part of you that is still not forgiven and let go. It just feels like you have an expectation about how other people are going to learn somehow. Like, they're gonna learn, they're gonna regret it. You know
Shame.
what I mean?
I feel
Shame.
shame too.
Yeah.
My heart space got really tight all of
You
a
want
sudden.
them to feel a little bit of what you felt, and that's not for you to dictate, that's not for you to determine. I definitely feel like you just have faith that things are going to play out, but I feel like there's something there. There's something about you.
There's a
um
lot of hurt there that
yeah.
if you give, okay, look, when we have that kind of hurt, right? And I can feel it. When we have that kind of hurt, it's like, what do you mean look into it? What do you mean fill into it? It hurts. Like, why would I want to do that? Because we've taken it like to this max level of hurt and then we lock it in there, right? We're only like two notches up from transcending that
Spirit is
hurt.
saying it's the dead end road of thought. right? And what they're saying is that it what ends up happening is a lot of times the intense emotion, then our logical minds want to, like Jessica always says, assign a story to that intense emotion, right? And the story that
And
you
it
always
gets
tell.
scary and overwhelming
Mhm.
to where you don't want to look. Go
But the
ahead.
story that you tell sometimes can sometimes then even trigger the heart or the emotional center to it'll indicate to you when we feel wonky emotions. Oftentimes it's the emotional heart and the center indicating to you, hey, something's off balance, or the thought that you just thought, or what it is that you just did is not in alignment with where we are, or what it is that you're thinking right now, it is feeding the separation of self, and it hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
And
your indicative system.
asking questions into that is how you start shifting that. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I needed to say.
But it is definitely a big part of asking questions is how you start shifting that, right? So when that hurt came, you need to like assess where everything was, like age wise, like, is that really my mom had said something about she got a fish from some carnival and then she brought it home, put it in the fish tank, and the fish ate my grandma's like little fish. And my mom was like, and I was so like in much trouble and my fish ate all the fish. And I'm like, whoa, freeze that. First of all, do you have control over a fish? Do you have control over a fish? Yes? No. Okay, no. So why do you hold all this shame, all this responsibility for a fish eating other fish? You had no control of that, right? But these are the things that when we ask, then she's like, oh, and then I could feel that like whole story of shame and wonkiness like just dissipate through because we ask that next question, right? A lot of times this is what I talk about, like when we're children, we polarity match, right? So we polarity match, making like little holes inside of ourselves that we have to have others fulfill for us, right? It's this wonky unconscious thing. As you go through this and you ask yourself, is it necessary for me to keep this hole open? Do I have to have it to where other people fulfill it? Or is this really something I can do myself? Is this
Mm.
something that is actually meant for me to take care of?
Right. And I think that's a huge part of it. It's like, so oftentimes we move forward, we don't realize that, like, when we're healing, there are such intrinsic foundational ways of relating to the world around you that are so connected to that trauma or to that those experiences, that this is why we say it's layers. And right now you're approaching a layer that is really allowing you to be in awareness of where there whatever happened in that experience or those experiences with those people, and how that affected you, and where that brings you to today, and how it affected your mind and your ability to be at ease. You feel warm and cozy with these messages. You understand that, or you feel a resonance, right? You understand, you feel, you don't have doubt, you know that there's truth in the frequencies of what it is that we're sharing. You know this. You don't doubt that, right? But in many ways, you do doubt yourself, right? And many ways you doubt yourself in reference to all these people and situations. And Spirit is saying, there is a better option. Sometimes we don't know that there's relief.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't realize like that there's a better option. And sometimes
So,
we just like being humble about the option that we're in, you know.
so for you, Sumi, I have to tell you this so this can
Mhm.
stop. I would highly recommend, Sumi, you go on YouTube and look for some heart chakra clearings because your heart, like, oh, that really hurts. And then the throat chakra clearings too, because I can't stop coughing. I feel blockages in the throat and in the heart, and it's like connected together.
You
So
were taught to swallow your feelings, and you were taught to don't talk back. Have respect for your elders. Don't talk back. Don't stop being dramatic, right? All of these things that cause you to now
don't
where,
question our polarity.
and exactly, and now these things are coming up because it's just for you to process and let go. These are just trapped emotions that are wanting to be released.
Yeah. So
That's it.
definitely, would you recommend to YouTube
Oh yes,
for heart
YouTube, and
and throat?
also Literally, like when you're laying in bed and going to sleep, you know, if just literally imagining like your heart like a fountain, and all of that energy, even if it's painful energy, just allow it to flow like a fountain coming out of you, and taking over your aura. And Jessica calls it expanded, but I take it
Yeah.
a step further because that visualization serves me, right?
Yeah.
And there's something about that that allows it to flow. At the very least, what you're telling your heart, which is has its own identity, it can truly speak to you. It's your identity, but the pureness of it, when we're in separation with ourselves, it will continuously communicate with us, right? And if you tune into it, and you literally just building a relationship with yourself, and this is something we could have brought up when we talked about the relationship with self. A big part of that is your heart, the relationship with your heart, right? Honoring it, feeling into it, right? So many of us go day after day after day with the wonky heart chakra, and we don't listen, right? And truly, the reason that it's so wonky is because it's telling you, I'm trying to indicate to you where things are off, and you've lost our language, you've lost our communication to each other.
Yeah. All right, Sumi, I have to get off of you. I can't stop
Yeah,
coughing. So I
yeah.
adore you.
Well, how are you feeling, Jessica? Because I'm feeling complete for tonight.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
we've hit it, everybody. So
yeah,
thank you guys. It was amazing showing up and just being with you guys on the Saturday evening. Again, it's really nice just to connect. Remember, don't take anything we say like with take everything we say with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't get lost in this. We're just trying to offer, we're not trying. We're offering a safe space where you can come in and really start to feel what your I am frequency feels like and feel what it be is to be in your energy. We offer this comfortable space, but it's not a space where we're trying to have you turn into us, because that's definitely not what it is. Um, we've gone through our struggles and our journeys just like you guys are, and we're just trying to help and offer some tools and what this is for us.
yeah.
I'm complete.
Thank you for flying Violet Pathways. The seatbelt sign and light is now off. You may now move about the cabin. We leave you in your divine light of the divine creator, and with that we say, God bless.
God bless.